Hello guys, welcome back to Custom Gamer. My name is Daz and this is part 2 of Black Mesa Source. So we've just grabbed our hazard suit. Again, the footage in the top corner is from the original Half-Life, so we can compare the upgrades, which are fairly self-evident I suppose, but it's fun to look back and see how things work.
I remember my days in the hazardous environment.
So I've got to give a quick nod to the music in Black Mesa Source. It's absolutely fantastic. Somebody wrote a comment in the part 1 video saying that it was a mixture between Mirror's Edge and Deus Ex, and they're absolutely spot on. Both of those games obviously had amazing music, and this does feel like an amalgamation of the two, but fairly unique in its own right. Certainly influences on the music composer, I guess.
You'll just have to wait until after the test.
So I like the way they've added like lots more little offices and rooms and, you know, little side areas and things like that off the beaten track. It
right
really
on through, sir.
Brings this place to life a lot more than the original game did.
Looks like you're in the barrel today.
You notice down here there's like more rooms off to the side in here as well.
Dr. Freeman? Weren't you supposed to be in the test chamber half an hour ago?
Isn't it hilarious that you could stand around for hours and you'd still only be half an hour late when you got to the test chamber? The trouble with people telling you the time in games.
You have no idea what's going on, do you?
You can actually read these signs now. It's not just a blurred mess. Progress, measured by the fact that you can read posters on the wall. So this part coming up in a moment, we're going to see some old friends from Half-Life 2 and the episodes, Eli and Dr. Kleiner. And as I mentioned in part 1, the fact that they've actually made the characters look like younger versions of those characters, and the voice actors are startlingly similar as well, is a great idea.
Go bother someone else, Gordon. Now, where did I leave that shutdown procedure chart? I'm sure it'll show up sooner or later. Harness the remaining photonic energy to ensure resonance control. Double-check the Brewster's plate's angles and make sure the superluminescent diodes are protected from optical feedback. How curious. The acousto-optic modulators are on the fritz again. I assure you, we've compensated for any contingency.
I feel like I've just been transported to an episode of Star Trek or something.
What's up, Doc?
Wouldn't it be fantastic to get some pure readings for a change?
It's been a mess down here this morning. Have fun.
This is going to have to wait, Gordon. Ah, Freeman. Later, Gordon. If another instrument malfunctions today, I'm going to explode. Please
I love that line. It makes absolutely no sense, but it's fantastic.
Gordon, there you are. Nice of you to finally join us, Doctor. We've just sent the sample down to the test chamber.
We've boosted the anti-mass spectrometer to 105%. Bit of a gamble, but we needed the extra resolution.
The administrator is very concerned that we get a conclusive analysis of today's sample. I gather he went to some lengths to get it.
They're waiting for you, Gordon. In the test chamber.
Right. Come on then, I'll walk you down.
I love that line in the original Half-Life, the way it says, in the test chamber. So
Eli
ominous.
has been busy making last-minute preparations for the new experiment.
I can go meet Eli. Kleiner has hair. What the hell?
Greetings, Eli.
Morning, Izzy.
I trust this morning finds you well.
Gordon, good morning. I'm glad you're here. These last-minute changes, they're a bit strange to just... Oh! It's about to go critical.
What in the blazes is going on with our equipment?
It was never meant to do this in the first place. Oh,
It's nothing we can't handle ourselves, Eli. Run along, Gordon. We'll be but a moment.
Righto.
Go on, Gordon. We'll take it from here.
One thing I never really thought about until now is that in these little experiment tubes, I don't know what you call them, but the effect in there looks remarkably similar to
This could take a bit
the resonance
longer than I
cascade effect that happens
anticipated.
in the actual test chamber, so makes you wonder what they're actually doing in there. And the fact that head crabs get teleported into those canisters later on as well makes you think that there's a connection. I wonder.
By Becquerel's ghost! The radiation level is off the charts.
Now this next conversation
Weren't you
here,
supposed to be in the test chamber half an hour ago?
it makes me wonder if the writers were having a bit of fun with the kind of the nature of game NPCs and the fact that they're just automated to do very repetitive tasks over and over and over. Have a listen and see if you get the same vibe that I got.
Best suited for an intern.
Please, you do very meaningful work here.
Really? Push that button. Walk over here. Push this one. Stand and stare at the screen. Walk back over there. Push another button. Again.
Come now, you're overreacting.
I don't know how much longer I can abide these perfunctory tasks. I need more time for myself.
Ha! Don't kid yourself. You wouldn't know what to do with free time if you even had any.
That tears it. I'm going to check with the office upstairs and see how many vacation days I've accrued over the past 25 years. It's high time I took a break from all this.
Certainly, but before you do, activate the electron multiplier and report the reading from the micro-channel plates.
You see what I mean?
Weren't you supposed to be in the
When
test
people
chamber half
script
an hour
NPCs
ago?
in games like this, they, you know, if it's just a downtime section like this, they tend to just
If
walk
this
from
is
one
anything less than a full-scale
interesting
code
object
red
to another,
calamity,
play some
I'm not
animation, and then just
interested.
keep on doing that forever. I just
We
think it's
can
quite
talk
funny
at lunch,
that the
Gordon.
writers kind of play off that a bit. Maybe I'm just
Oh, there
making
you
things
are.
up, I'm not sure, but that's what I
everybody's
took away
been
from
looking
it.
for you, hombre. Oh, here he is.
I'm afraid we'll be deviating a bit from standard analysis procedure today, Gordon.
Yes, but with good reason. This is a rare opportunity for us. This is the purest sample we've seen yet.
And potentially the most unstable.
No, as long as we follow standard insertion procedures, everything will be fine.
I don't know how you can say that. Although I will admit that the possibility of a resonance cascade scenario is extremely unlikely. I just don't
Gordon
feel
doesn't need to hear all this. He's a highly trained professional. We've assured the administrator that nothing will go wrong.
Yes, you're right. Gordon, we have complete confidence in you.
Well, go ahead. Let's let him in now.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm convinced.
you're just postponing the inevitable. Just go on and get it over with.
I love this. We'll come back to it in a second.
Are you waiting for something, Gordon?
He's just savoring the moment. One day he'll look back to this as the beginning of his illustrious career.
Now those couple of lines there, it's almost like the writers know that
There
the
is
people
no
playing
need
this
for
game are going to be
performance
Half-Life
anxiety.
fans, so they know what's going to happen.
Of course not. You're
It's kind of an interesting question, like do you play off the fact that this has all been done before and the players know exactly what's going to happen? It's kind of, I don't know, I was kind of in two minds when I first heard these lines, because I was like, do they want to do that? It could ruin the immersion a bit, and be a bit gimmicky. But I think they've hidden it well enough that it works well. And of course now we have the pivotal, iconic scene from Half-Life, so I'll just let it play out, I think.
The specimen will be delivered to you in a few moments. Now, if you would be so good as to climb up and start the rotors, that way we can bring the anti-mass spectrometer to 80% and hold it there until the carrier arrives.
Gotta say though, they've done a fantastic job like recreating all the machinery in here, and just the general ambience of the test chamber is very foreboding. Great job.
Is this thing on? Gordon, climb up and start the rotors. Very good. We'll take it from here.
Power to stage 1 emitters in 3, 2, 1. I'm seeing predictable phase arrays. Stage 2 emitters activating now.
Gordon, we cannot predict how long the system can operate at this level, nor how long it will take. Please, work as quickly as you can.
Overhead capacitors to 105%. It's probably not a problem. Probably. But I'm showing a small discrepancy in... Well, no. It's well within acceptable bounds. Sustaining sequence.
We've just been informed that the sample is ready. It should be coming up with you at any moment. Look to the delivery system for your specimen.
I love the use of the HDR here, the settings they've used for like the glow and the things like that. It really makes it feel like a very powerful machine. It's a nice effect.
Standard insertion, non-standard specimen. Go ahead, Gordon. Slot the carrier into the analysis port.
So it begins.
Get away from the radio! Oh my God! Shut it down!
Shutting down!
Come on, get him out of there!
Everything shut down!
Down!
It's not shutting down! Whoa!
Don't know what happened to that guy there. Now, as we get into the game proper here, it's interesting that the kind of tone changes between Black Mesa Source and the original Half-Life. It just feels a lot more dark and kind of broody in Black Mesa. Whether it's just the high fidelity of the graphics can kind of sell you more on what's happening. I'm not quite sure what it is. It might be the case of the music as well. It's just a lot more menacing. And it's just generally a lot darker in tone than the original was, I feel. But I really like it. I think Half-Life 1 could have done with being a lot more horror orientated. Especially in the beginning part here. I mean, it did try a lot, but I never found it that scary, really. So now we can venture inside and see what's happening. Hit the fan, obviously. Strange that this guy doesn't actually do anything. You can't use him or talk to him or anything like that. It's just a bit strange.
Attention. Security personnel to Sector C immediately.
I think it's funny as well that the team have recreated this area so faithfully to the original, like things like even like the computer stands that fall over and explode, and you know the laser beam puzzle is practically identical as well. It's interesting. I was walking through this corridor and I got distracted by the nice little lens flare on this thing off to the side there. Really tastefully done lens flares. Just caught my eye at a random aside there.
Listen, I tried to warn.
I never thought I'd see a resonance cascade, let alone create one. By Schrodinger's cat, he's alive.
Gordon! Thank God for that hazard suit. All the phones are out. I can't reach anyone in the facility. We need to get to the surface and let someone know that we're stranded down here. There's no telling what kind of danger is there. My God, what have we done?
Fascinating.
I love that though, the fact that you're looking at the two characters talking, then you see the glow behind you and they react to it almost instantly. It's great, some great pacing there.
And for God's sake, keep that suit on until you're in the clear. You hear me?
I thought this bit was a bit strange. I got distracted by these things here, and Eli goes and opens the door for me without me actually seeing what he's doing. You know, if players haven't played Half-Life before, probably wouldn't realise what he's done. You see a lot of characters in the original Half-Life and Black Mesa Source use the retinal scanners to open doors for you. But unfortunately you miss it there, and you know, new players might not get the reinforcement of that mechanic. Run. So you see what I mean about the darker tones? It's like people running around on fire, screaming, things like that. It's, I really like it. I know, a head crab, my worst nightmare. I think it's interesting as well that they've kept all the kind of tutorial elements from the original Half-Life as well. Like for instance, that head crab there, once you learn to jump up onto the railing, using the prompts that appear on the screen, the head crab can't reach you and you're essentially safe. I just think it's interesting that they haven't changed the tutorials at all, brought them up to date.
Sector C immediately.
Which brings us to the end of part 2 in just a moment. So I hope you enjoyed this, guys, and part 3 will be coming out fairly shortly. Just takes me a while to record this and then go and record the Half-Life 1 stuff as well, but I think it's worth it, so we'll carry on. And I will see you guys next time. After we save the people in this lift, of course. Man, I am such a dick.